Hello? Yeah.
I'm not that far out of the locker room.
That boy was out the curb so fast. All right, now I'm going to tell y'all a secret because don't nobody know.
Oh.
The Players Club is presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. Welcome into the Players Club. I'm London Fletcher. Got my man Santana, and Dyami Brown is going to join us on the Players Club. Man, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me.
All right, now we like to have fun on this Players Club. You're in here with two Washington legends.
Trust me,
man.
he relaxed. So he gonna enjoy himself.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's get right into it. You had a great game against the Titans. 2 catches, both for touchdowns. How did it feel to finally get into the end zone in your second year?
Man, I felt like I got my mojo back. For real, man. You know, my rookie year, I had some expectations, but that didn't go through. But, so it's like I felt like I was in a drought, just trying to find myself again, but just that moment, that opportunity, man, I feel like, man, I'm still him, I'm still there, and I'm still going to do what I do.
See, and I'm glad you mentioned that because we all been in that state at one point in time in my career where you had expectations for yourself regardless of what someone else may think. And when it's just not clicking or it's not, happening fast enough, what is that process like for you? Like, how are you feeling mentally, besides the physical stuff, because you're out there every day, what's the mental state with a guy who has to go through those growing pains and then to finally have arrived?
Man, so for me, I did everything like self-reflection. Like I can't point the finger at nobody else.
Yeah.
It's like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? What can I get better on? So it's just going back and like I look back the past offseason, I went back and watched the film and said, oh no, this is what I did wrong.
Yeah.
This why I didn't get this play, this why I didn't make that play. This is exactly what I did wrong. So the whole offseason I'm like, I self-reflect and I come back, build a little bit more confidence within myself and just keep working.
Going into the game, I know, Jahan got injured and you see the play script, the playbook, and you see your name, and you knew you're going to have an opportunity to take those shots in the field. And when they called that play up, when Scott called the play, and you get out there, what was going through your mind as you see the look, you see the defense, and you're like, all right, this is going to be my opportunity. What was going through your mind?
Oh, man, just made the play. Just made the play, be you. Because at the end of the day, I knew exactly what was going on. That's when the safety rolled down, I knew that was supposed to be my ball. Yeah. And all I could do is just go make the play. So everything that was happening in my mind, everything I already did in practice.
Now, that was the first touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
What about the second one? Now, the second one, you like, hold on, man. Carson, he audible. He got the look.
Coverage.
Yeah, man-to-man across the board, press coverage. He said, hey, made his audible. And you're in the slot. He audible to a slot fade. Throws a perfect ball.
Oh, yeah.
You catches it one-handed. Your left. I don't know if you're right-handed or left-handed, but you caught that ball with one hand. That was a sweet catch.
All right, now I'm going to tell y'all a secret because don't nobody know. I'm left-handed.
Oh.
I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
And I was telling Cam, I said, man, left-handed, that's easy. Even after practice, when I'm on the jugs, I catch with both hands, different ways. Then at the end, all one hand with both hands.
Really?
Because sometimes you never know. You might have to catch the ball with one hand.
Yeah.
So when the ball just came out, man, look, no panic, no nothing. Just,
Yeah.
That's
easy
it.
work.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of good, man, just to know that you was able to get out there and really get a part of that, be a part of your core. Your core, the first 3 guys that's been playing on the regular have really been going out there putting up some numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Each week you see a guy too, having their day. What it's like now going forward? That's what I want to know. I want to know how this mind and how everything processed for you now going forward. We seen you can make the plays. When Jahan comes back, who knows? Right now it's your opportunity to go out there and put as much as you can in. But when he does come back, how does that your preparation, one, and when it comes to just, you never know how things pan out when it comes to will I be up more, as far as the game plan or not? How will you take on, how things are, pan out once he comes back?
Man, for me, it's just always stay ready, because you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody expected him to be out, so it was just next man up. And at the end of the day, we all want Jahan out there too.
Yeah.
So with him coming back, I feel like now we have the core. We all know what we can do.
Yeah.
We can make things happen a little bit more possible for the offense.
One of the things I would say too, man, it was key because, we was asked the question of, can you and Sims step up, with Jahan being down. And the first thing I said, well, we seen what Sims has done.
Right.
We had expectations and we just haven't seen it yet, but we saw flashes of it in practice. So now he finally get a chance to do it on the, the big stage.
Right.
It's great that you did that because now if them guys need a blow throughout the game, hey, get out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now the defense, they get caught slipping, not knowing who's out there because we've always known you to being that guy that stretch the field and blow the top off of defense. So it's great. I felt great just seeing you do that because now you give those coaches a chance to say, you know what, let's seesaw with these guys. Let's put a guy, let's put them in a couple plays. Might scare the defense or not. You know what I mean? So, I'm glad you was able to go out there and really, show that you can do that.
You grew up in Charlotte. I live in Charlotte, and I'm not originally from there. I moved there in '09, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I live in the suburbs. I'm on a golf course down there. You grew up in West Charlotte. What was it like growing up in West Charlotte over by Betty's Ford, and you went to West Mecklenburg High School, got your jersey, retired there. What was it like growing up for you in Charlotte?
Oh man, it was tough. It was tough, but at the end of the day, like, it was a whole lot of positive to it, because all the adversity that I had when I was younger, man, it's nothing now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It made me stronger mentally, physically and everything. I was able to deal with different type of people as well. It helped me in each situation. So just growing up there and then, coming from there, I see a difference in everything, because I always, like, sometimes when I go to, like, new places, like we say, I'm from the hood.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always want to see what somebody else's hood look like, or what is it like there, because some people grow up the same, some people don't, but even though it was tough, it was a whole lot of positive to it.
Coming out of high school, you were ranked 32nd ranked wide receiver, 4-star recruit. You chose to stay kind of home in the home state. I'm sure all the ACC schools recruited you, maybe some of the Big Ten, SEC schools. What made you choose UNC?
So UNC was my first offer. And Coach Brew, he was a big part of that. He always checked up on me throughout the weeks. He was always checked up on my family as well. And I think that was the most important thing because I'm a family guy. And for somebody to care that much, man, I really didn't have a choice.
Talking about your family, and we've all had those stories of growing up and, experiencing hard times through our neighborhoods that we was brought up in, and it's definitely a testament to who we become as men, just for some of our upbringings. How was it like for your siblings? You know what I mean? Because I was the oldest in my household, and I remember having 2 younger brothers, and everything I did, I was trying to show them the way. What was that process like for you and yours? So
for me, I was the oldest boy. I had an older sister, but I was the oldest boy. So at the same time, I'm really like the man of the house.
Yeah,
right.
So, and then like when my mom, she had kidney failure. So she going through dialysis every single day. So she coming home tired, she got to take medication and all of that. So that was one thing. And it was like, all right, I had to grow up fast, So I learned quickly. I had my grandparents there too as well. So they helped me out. So just, being the oldest boy, and I got 2 older brothers too, but they stayed in Virginia. So we weren't always together. So I might see them like in the summertime every now and then, but being the oldest boy in the house, I had to grow up fast.
You had a chance to play with your younger brother, Joffrey at UNC. I know he's at South Florida now. What was that experience like? Do you come from a big sports family?
Oh yeah. Everybody plays sports in my family. So, like with him, in Little League, like playing with him since Little League, but we would play with each other like every other year, just because of the age difference. But like, man, we used to compete all the time. It didn't matter what it was. Even when he was in the younger age group, I bet you I scored more touchdowns than you today. And that's what it was. Even when we ran track, your time not about to be faster than mine. If I come in first, you come in second, I won.
Who's faster?
I give it to him right now. Give it to him right now. Yeah. So I'll tell you about that story.
Still to come on the Players Club.
I bet y'all score more touchdowns than you today. I'm used to beating you all the time. I think I might need to go to the league for this.
I want each and everybody to think about why we play this game. Whatever it is, think about it. I do it for you and you and you. Now look to the dude to the left and to the right of you. They got their own reason.
And that's going to be a safety. Jahan Dotson caught in the back of the end zone.
Remember what we do and why we do it.
Time for the player profile presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders.
I'll tell you about that story. So, man, I think it was his freshman year. Might have been my sophomore year. I think we had to run the 200. Man, and very first time we were supposed to race against each other. I did not run the 400. I didn't run the 400 because it was before the 200. Man, I'm not about to run this 400 and then have to race him next,
Right.
because I'm gonna be tired.
Right,
And I ain't gonna be, you know. So I didn't race at all that day. But the next time, you know, I missed out on the 400 again. But we had just ran the relay. I said, all right, we both just ran. So look, we about to run this 200 right now. So I'm in lane 3. He probably in lane 4. Man, when that gun had went off, that boy was out the curve so fast. I said, nah, he got it.
No.
He got it. And everybody wanted to see it.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
wanted to
but
see it. So when that
It'd
happened,
be like that.
yeah, man.
Like that. I mean, you know, I had 2 younger brothers. My brother under me, who was right under me, Sonoris, he 4 years behind me. I would always dominate him and my younger brother, just, you know, in the streets and stuff like that.
Right.
But to be honest with you, when he got older to a certain age, I was like, oh yeah, I was fast. I'm like, that joke got different speed. So it's,
Man.
you know, it ain't nothing to not, you know,
Man.
you know, I mean, yeah, you got to think about it. You set the bar, so he had
Right.
something
Right,
to reach.
man.
you know?
I'm trying to look, and they say, man, when you running after somebody who's been fast,
Yeah,
somebody fast
yeah.
all your life, eventually you gonna beat them because, you know, you just keep getting faster.
yeah.
But I'm not getting faster
Use the
racing
bar.
you
Use the
because
bar.
I'm used to beating you all the time.
Use the bar. Tell me this though. So you know, you say you come from a sports family, and when it comes to playing in the NFL, you know, I knew that was my goal. You know, from day one, as early as I could remember, when I was asked that question, this is what I wanted to do. My brothers, I can't say the same, but having me around, having me knowing that was my focus, it was easier for those guys to kind of fall in line and just, hey, I'm gonna ride this coattail. Whatever he say do, we gonna follow. When did that click for you? Did it click early in your childhood years? Did it happen late, or did it just happen? You know, when did you say this is something that I want to see if I can make it to, and hopefully, you know, change the outcome of, you know, for me and my family?
Man, it was really after my freshman year of college. Because when I was younger, I always watched college football. You know, so that's what I wanted to do. And when I did it, after my freshman year, I'm like, man, hold on. I think I might need to go to the league for this, you know, because it's a way of living. You know, it's what I've been doing. It's what I love. So if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to play football.
Yeah.
So the league was the next thing. So that's pretty much what it was. It happened my freshman year.
So with that same goals sits for your brother, or is it something that he plays ball, you know, so does he feel like he have a shot of making it, or is he just like, hey, I'm gonna let this ride and whatever happens?
Man, right now I think it's just, you know, he wants it to happen, but he's just kind of not sure right now. Like my younger brother, you know, he wasn't really into football like that. You know, he was always playing basketball. But when you see somebody make it in something, you know, it's like
kind of automatic.
Like that's what I want to do too, because I want to be just like him. You know, and just them watching me, you know, ever since younger, you know, it's just something. I'm like, I'm their role model. Yeah. You know, so I think that's pretty much what it is.
You mentioned after your freshman year at UNC, like, man, I want to do this. You had 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Then you opted to go pro. Ended up being a 3rd-round draft pick.
The first day of the draft, I watched it. You know, and I'm chilling there with my family. Second day, I'm not even tripping. Yeah. You know, but when that phone got called, hello.
Fast forward a little bit to now, you know, just having that opportunity, because trust me, we all can look back on our time and having, you know, that opportunity of that phone call or wherever it may be. Not sure, because I didn't look into it, but I remember for a little bit, Sam Howell was your quarterback. What was it like knowing that he was coming here? You know what I mean? Just seeing the season that he had and just knowing that you were familiar with him, you know, when you were there.
Oh, man, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I thought he was going to get picked higher than what he did, you know? So, like, I wasn't even watching. I got a phone call.
Wow.
Somebody's like, yeah, y'all got Sam. Man, as soon as I heard it, hold on. I hung up, I called Sam right away. Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
I could have shed a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because that's been my boy for some years now.
That's what I'm talking
you know, and I'm happy for him. And it wouldn't matter where he went, I was going to be happy for him.
That
But
chemistry that you guys, you was able to have in college, and just knowing this now, like you never know how things pan out here, man. This is the NFL. Things change, snap of a finger. What is it like when you get a couple of reps here and there and practice with him? Because I know he's probably chopping at the bits knowing that he has to sit and wait, but I'm sure you have a couple of reps here and there if you're doing anything for the scout team. Just maybe might giving them a look or something. Do you ever get a chance to kind of, build on what you guys already had? I saw you in a game or two with him during the preseason.
Man,
How is that now going forward?
Man, look, that chemistry gonna always be there. I'll tell you that right now. You feel me? We work out together during the off season, and it always been like that. So
Gotcha.
even after practice, I'll catch with him too.
Okay.
So that chemistry gonna always be there. That's my guy.
Gotcha.
We know what you do on the field. What kind of hobbies you enjoy when you're away from the building, chilling? What's Dyami up to?
Man, I be on drip. No lie. No lie, I be on drip.
So let's make sure that they know what the drip
What
means.
drip is here?
So you into your fashion.
Yeah, man. Clothes, shoes, man. I'm into all of that.
So has fashion always been a thing for you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely for me. I like to look good.
Are you one of those guys? I know you see these guys now. There's a lot of, and it's odd to me because the era I grew up in hip hop, you can't just see those guys doing what some of the guys are doing now. But when you look at some of these new artists, they out in Europe, fashion. They wearing some of the latest stuff from overseas and stuff. Are you that deep when it comes to the fashion, or you stick to what you know?
Nah,
and stuff is over here.
See, look, man, I'm not that deep, because sometimes when I see people when they got certain stuff on, nah, that's not me.
Yeah,
Right.
But that's them. That's
Yeah,
their style.
ain't nothing wrong
and
with it.
and it's like some people like that.
Yeah.
But that
Then you got to also too think those guys, they have such a wide following that they getting paid big bucks from those companies just to wear that stuff.
Some of them dudes taking it too far now.
Yeah.
Like as far as you into your fashion, you also have your own YouTube series.
Oh yeah.
The Dyami Show. What's that all about?
Yeah, what's that about?
Man, that's all like off-season work. So it's pretty much everything I do during the off-season, So I work out. If I go out, do some activities, that's pretty much it.
So do you have a guy that just follow you around the whole time, just for everything?
Yeah, man, I got my guy Jack. His name Jack,
Okay. So everything is basically recorded and y'all go and edit what y'all could put out there. That's
Yes, sir.
Just what you all do.
Yes, sir.
Just record. You
Yes,
just
sir.
off in the cut, but you know the camera's on.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got your own reality show, basically.
That's it.
what's up, man.
That's it.
How's your following? I gotta check it out.
I don't even know. I haven't been on there because I only do it during the off season.
Off season, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna transition to a game. I'm gonna tell you. Speaking of your YouTube show, we're gonna do something called the Star of the Show, and I'm gonna explain to you what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a list of YouTube shows and have you say which of your current teammates best fits that description.
YouTube shows. If I know the YouTube show.
Well, these are general shows, not the actual show.
Okay.
The first one we're gonna start off with. Which of your teammates would most likely be the star of this show? A cooking show.
A cooking show. Man, I don't think a lot of these boys can cook.
You got nobody in mind?
Cooking show. Oh, Defoe.
Defoe?
Derek Force. Yeah.
Okay.
He might be on there. We be having Taco Tuesday. He be cooking it
going
up.
down?
Yeah, he cooking
Well,
it up.
tacos is pretty simple though. So
It is, but sometimes you never know.
You gotta ask JD to cook for you.
JD,
JD?
he do a little.
JD
something.
can cook.
Yeah, man.
I got.
JD say he been holding back because he know you guys are pranksters and y'all gonna laugh at him. So he say he ain't wanna.
Come on, man. JD got all the jokes. Can't be worried about that.
We heard that.
Right.
We heard that. I'm gonna take the second one then. A fashion show. You just said you got the drip. So
I'm gonna tell you.
which one of your teammates?
Man, it's a few of them. So you got Markin, and definitely Chase. Chase think he can.
Chase into the to the drip?
He try.
Drive.
Man, he try.
All right, what about a car show?
Car show. Ooh, Cam Sims.
Yeah, Cam said he was in
Cam
the cars.
Sims,
Cam said he was in the cars.
He like all the old schools, new schools. He get the trucks. Yeah,
okay.
Cam Sims for sure.
What about, I'm going to do one more before we have to wrap things up. What about a game show?
Game show. Just playing a game? Ooh. No lie.
This team packed full with them. It seems
Everybody
we talk
bro,
to.
everybody play the game, bro. Everybody play the game. But I don't think nobody worse like play the game more than Shaka.
Shaka Tony.
Shaka
Nice?
Tony. Man, look, I live with Shaka.
Yeah.
You know, I don't sit there and watch him play the game. But boy, the way he yells at that game, so it'll be him for sure.
Oh, man. Dyami, we appreciate you joining us,
doubt,
man.
man.
Yes,
we have
sir.
all our guests sign a football for us,
Yeah.
so we
Okay.
going to ask you to sign this ball.
Yes, sir.
Pick a spot, man, and definitely appreciate you being on the show. Let's take that momentum you came in onto the show on and take it into this week's game,
Oh
man.
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you do your thing this weekend.
Let's make it happen again.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Be sure to listen to the extended version of the Players Club podcast wherever you get your podcast. Plus, you can watch on Commanders YouTube and Commanders.com.
I want each and everybody to think about why we play this game. Whatever it is, think about it. I do it for you and you and you. Now look to the dude to the left and to the right of you. They got their own reason.
And that's going to be a safety. Jahan Dotson caught in the back of the end zone.
Remember what we do and why we do it.
Welcome back to the Players Club. I'm London Fletcher, joined by Santana Moss. Santana, we saw Brian Robinson make his debut. What you think of him playing that ball game the other day?
Well, I was happy for the story about just getting the guy back out there. I mean, one of the things when you deal with a situation that was as tragic as his, you know, the first thing come to mind is the one that you experienced with one of our fellow
Sean
teammates.
Taylor,
you know what I'm saying? And so the first thing was like, man, his life, he's here. You know what I mean? Like football went out the door. I was just happy to see the kid, man, especially with all the things that we had riding. You know, we was in hopes for, you know, just from off the preseason that he had. So just happy to see that he has that first and foremost. But to say that, you know, 6 weeks behind you after that incident and you're back out there playing in a football game and on a level, this at this magnitude, that's impressive, man. And you know you can only just, you know, you're kind of like now waiting to see when he really feel like himself again, because we know we all go through that process. When you're injured, you have to go through that stage where, okay, I got to get out of there, then I got to get over the curve of thinking about what I was just dealing with. And once I get all that together, now I can be comfortable and, you know, be in my own space and do what I know I can do well.
We'll play the Green Bay Packers next week.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking about as we look at Aaron Rodgers coming in and, you know, what we need to do to be able to beat the Packers?
Well, one, to me, I think the Packers has a two-headed monster in the backfield when it comes to their run game. We going to have to control those guys. I'm sure, you know, we've been hearing week in and week out about some of the things that's been transpiring in Green Bay since Devontae Adams has been gone, that the wide receivers is still trying to catch on and Aaron's trying to get those guys caught up. He still have one guy that he's very familiar with in Cobb. And we know how we are. We have to make sure we pay close attention to a guy like that can be lethal in the slot. But more than anything, I think their run game is going to always be effective. We have to, you know, continue to be solid there. I think our defense has improved each week in trying to stop down whatever runner or whoever that opponent running back is, whether they have a good, you know, run game or not. But Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers. So you have to put some pressure on him. Yeah. I remember, I'm not sure if it was last year, you know, when we played those guys up there in Green Bay. To me, I think that's one of the better times I've seen us play Aaron.
It was,
it was last year. It was last
yeah,
year. And we could have
year,
easily won that game. So I'm hoping to have one of those kind of similar outcomes when it comes to the pressure that we put on them. And I just hope we play to a level to where we can kind of put a lot of the stuff that we dealt with earlier this season behind us.
I played in the Pro Bowl with Aaron, and during the game, I actually asked him about the back shoulder fade.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, being a defensive guy, I'm trying to get any type of nugget I can. So I'm like, you know, tell me about the back shoulder, you know, fade, and what are you trying to do? He said, I'm trying to throw that ball at the ear hole of the defender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
So if he's throwing it at, I'm defending you, and he throws it at my ear hole.
All I know to just push you by. And
I
you know what I'm saying? You can't stop that. You can't stop that.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Players Club. Tana, as always, chopping it up with you. I'll see you next week at the same time.
Let's do it, buddy.